Hey yo, what's poppin' YouTube? It's King Brewer coming at you again with another video. And today we're talking about something important. This is an essential conversation to anybody who's trying to grow their hair out. Whether you're a beginner, whether you're advanced. What we're talking about today can make or break your hair journey. Either every style can be fire because of this, or every style can be trash because of this. And we're talking about none other than the taper. The front taper, the side taper, the back taper. Any taper associated with growing your hair out. We're gonna get into it today.
This what I'm finna set up for y'all. Whoever ain't with this, don't even ask me for nothing.
And I just took that do-rag off, so mine a little messed up right now, so I'm gonna just try to brush this in real quick, you know what I mean? There you go. Now, in the rare instance that you don't understand why you would get a taper when you're growing your hair out, let me give you a few reasons why. Number one is it protects your hairline. When you're getting dreads, braids, even twists sometimes, not a lot, but you create this tension in your scalp. That tension helps your hair grow, but it can also be a bad thing and make your hair thin and pull your hairline back. Like if you ever seen somebody who gets, just complete braids and it starts at the hairline, or they get dreads and they don't get this little, front taper, you'll see over time their dreads start to kind of, make their hairline irregular. Like they don't have a sharp hairline at all, it looks messy. Or they can just flat out pull their hairline back, like their forehead to get bigger and bigger over time. You get a front taper to prevent this. Secondly, aside from protection, a taper just allows you to get lineups all over your hairline, and that makes you have like a sharper look. And I forgot what I was reading, some articles said that, like sharpness and cleanness is associated with like a masculine look. Like, the sharp hairline and like a strong, sharp jawline, that makes you look more masculine. Whereas like rounder features, like bigger, rounder cheeks look more feminine. And even like the hairline that women have called edges, that little swoop, it's round because it gives like a softer, more feminine, situation. I'm gonna put a picture up here. So yeah, the sharpness makes you look more masculine. And now that we done got that out of the way, now it's time to talk about something serious. I'm gonna need you to pay attention now, because if you do not listen, you will fuck up your whole head and your whole hair journey, all right? So number one, side taper. We start with the side taper because that is the one you should get first. That is the one you should get first regardless of where you at in your hair journey. Don't try to do this when you 2 months into your hair journey. You still a baby, bro. No, that's not for you. You need to get the basic standard taper. The standard taper, you know what I'm saying? You really just need this. If you're feeling a little saucy, get this. You don't need this. This is not for you, bro. You're not on that level yet. You feel me? Just wait on it. It's gonna develop gradually as you get enough hair for braids and all the other stuff. Remember, the earlier you are in your hair journey, you want to maintain what's called like flexibility, meaning that you can get a lot of different styles without looking stupid. You feel me? Like the pain that a lot of guys are going through when they start out with, like, let's just say a style with low flexibility, the high top. Even when you get hair, you don't have a lot of flexibility with what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can get a lot of the styles, but even some of the styles don't really look right depending on your hair and in the fade situation. Trust me, cut as little hair off as you can. Start with just the side taper, keep it low, and let your hair grow. Once you start styling, then you can move on to the rest of the stuff. Once again, make sure that your taper is not super big like Buddy right here. Now his cut is still fresh, but when it's time for him to get certain styles, it might not pan out right. He might have to end up cutting even more off to make it happen. You want your stuff to look like this. This is what you want it to look like, you know what I'm saying? Keep it low, moving on. All right, now listen now. Now we moving on to the front taper. I need you to be as careful as you can in this step, because you can destroy everything. You can bounce back from a side taper that's going wrong, but you screw this front taper up. It's so I don't even want to put an example on the screen because I don't want to pick on nobody like that. You seen a dude with a bad front taper, like he got braids or dreads that start back here. Not like intentional, like he trying to get waves, but like he literally just got a taper and it's huge. You don't want to be like him, okay? That comes from being impatient and not knowing what you're doing. So be very careful with this. Listen to what I'm saying specifically, okay? Specifically. If you are not at the point where you're getting your hair braided regularly, then you do not need a front taper yet. If you have dread twists, then you can get your front taper a little early. If you just got the fro and you ain't got to the braids level yet, don't get your front taper yet. Wait, because what's gonna happen is you wanna make sure you go to your braider first. And you can go to your braider and you're gonna tell her to leave just a little bit of hair out. Just a little bit of hair out. Tell her, I think girls call it baby hair. Tell her to leave your baby hairs out. Leave those little tiny pieces of hair out. So you can have like a very, very, very small fro in the front. It should not be this big it should be literally dang near smaller than mine. Like this is, my front taper has grown over the past year, but it should be even smaller than mine. The reason why you wanna go to the braider first is because if she braids and leaves out too much like taper in the front, too much space in the front, you can always piss her off and tell her to just re-braid the whole thing. But if you go to the barber first and he cuts too much, it's no coming back. Once you cut it, it's finalized. So when you leave the braider, it needs to be the perfect amount across, all right? The perfect amount. And then you tell the barber to edge everything else up, cut all the excess off. And when you finish, you should have a fire front taper. But I cannot tell you guys enough. Please remember, you can always make your front taper bigger. You cannot make it smaller because the hair is gone, okay? So you always wanna run the risk of making a front taper that's too small and not really effective. You rather have some shit where it's like, damn, you ain't really get no front taper, as opposed to you getting just this huge, humongous gap. Please, for the love of God.
For the love of God,
please be careful with this front taper. And last thing I'm gonna do is talk about the back taper. Then I'm gonna go in there and show y'all how I maintain my taper and what tools I use, because I told y'all how to create it. Now I'm gonna take y'all through it. But lastly, we got the back taper, all right? Now for this back taper, I need you to pay attention. Pay attention when I talk about this back taper, all right? If you want braids, if you want cornrows, pay attention, please, okay? Look at me, all right? Look at me. You see this right here? You see this hair right here in the back? You see this? You see that drop? You see how it's dropping on my shoulders right there? That hair doesn't come from up here. It doesn't come from right here. That is back taper hair. So check this out, hold on. I'm picking all this up. You see this? If I had cornrows, this is what will be hanging. You feel me? That's what you call a drop right there. If you get a back taper, you are cutting your drop. When people say neck braids, it's not because the hair up here isn't growing fast enough. It's because they ain't got nothing in the taper area, because y'all keep getting these tapers. I don't understand. I've done a video on this and y'all are already still getting tapers. Like, trust me, bro. Even you see this length right here? Like, this hair on top of my head, when I take it out, is like a whole year longer than the hair right here. So this drop that you seeing, my hair is longer than this. But because my dumb ass got a back taper too late in the game, now, you know, I got a fro and now it's bald in the back. I had to grow it from that, man. Trust me, just please. You know, if you will not listen to me and still get it, please get a very, very small back taper, all right? You don't want the situation where your taper up here and your braids come off. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some guys do that style where it's like man bun, but it's not man bun. But you don't want that, bro. Please, for the love of God, stop getting the back taper, all right? If you just doing it because you like, you know, the fro look, you like the taper look, that is a clean look. But if you want any type of style, please stop getting the back taper. Thank you. All right, now we're gonna slide over into the bathroom and I'm gonna show y'all how I actually maintain my front taper, because you know it's looking a little rough. Well, it may not look rough to y'all, but this looks rough to me. You know what I'm saying? When you got your own clippers, this right here looks rough, and I'm gonna show y'all how I clean it up so y'all don't cut your braids off while you're trying to do it. Let's go. All right, so first you need a rat tail comb. Then you're gonna need a brush. And then you're gonna need some regular $30, $45, $50 clippers from Walmart, you know what I'm saying? Cheap trimmers. And these are the ones that you actually need, the outliners, Andes. They like $65, $70. Those are pivotal. So once you got all those, then you can take your own taper and clean your own taper up, you feel me? This is the most important part of the whole video. Covering your damn braids before you do any brushing or combing. Cover them. So that way you can go ahead and brush and you ain't trying to pick the perfect line or when to start and what's braids and what's not. Cover your braids up and go ahead and brush the joint. So you ain't gotta do too much playing around, man. You're not a barber. You don't wanna play with that precision and mess around and nick a braid. Go ahead and cover it up with your hand and get in there and get the business. You see me right here? I ain't going against the grain. I ain't doing no fancy fading. I'm just cutting it. I'm literally just cutting it. Boom, brushing again, and I'm gonna do the same thing amongst the whole hairline. This part, knocking it down is very, very simple. Just make sure you don't nick a braid. This part is very, very simple. I think that's a 1 guard. And it might not look like much now because there's no line on it, but watch once I put that line on it with these T-Andes. I'm gonna start with this part of my hairline. I always start with that because that's like the base of it. Once you get that line down, everything else gets a lot easier. Make sure that line is even. And I think a barber said compare that to your eyebrows. Look at your eyebrows and make sure you get that sharp. Once you get that sharp, the whole rest of the cut can be smooth. Then you do this part, and you do this part really before you go up and get the hairline. See the order in which I done that? And now at this point, I can see everything I need to do. I'm not trying to push one side back, make it super straight. I'm just trying to get an even, smooth line. As long as the line is sharp, the cut can be a little uneven because, you know what I'm saying, because of my head shape, I got a wide forehead, so you can't see both sides anyway, so it don't really matter. But that's just me, King Brill. Peace. And Black Friday is around the corner, and you know I can't forget about the game. So use the code KingBrill at richroyals.com and you can get the Royal Hydration Treatment and the Majestic Mint Oil for 50% off. Use the code KingBrill at checkout. And word of advice, there's only 50 people that can use this code. So if you're not one of the first 50, you can't get the discount. Sorry, Charlie. That's how it's gonna work. But can't say I ain't look out for y'all. King Brill, peace.